Hey guys, Baron here again. I wanted to make a video today about what I believe is the most misunderstood and underused, underappreciated ability in the entire game, pretty much. Um, and it mainly pertains to tanks, but it really has the ability to affect the entire raid, healers, and even DPS. And that ability is Demoralizing Shout. Um, both feral druids and warriors have it, and it's really I think the reason it's really not used as much as it should be is people just really don't understand how powerful of a debuff it is uh, from a PvE standpoint. So I'll just get right into it, and I'll let this mob hit me. This is a Death Knight understudy. The reason I chose this mob is because it's level 60, so it's not going to crush me, and it doesn't have any special abilities. It just melees really hard and is fairly consistent. You'll find these in Naxxramas around Instructor Resuvius, but I'm going to let this mob hit me, and you guys can kind of see for yourself what the differences are, and then after that I'll show you some math that I've put together behind this. So here we go. We're gonna let this mob attack us, and you can kind of get a feel for how hard it's hitting me here. Let's look at this: 35, 33, 31, 32, 41, 35, 37. So a decent amount there. The other thing we got to look at here is Curse of Recklessness, which warlocks are going to have on most boss level mobs, and it increases the mob's attack power by 90, which doesn't seem like much, but it does have a large effect, as you know we'll see right here. I'll go ahead and put it on. Let's see what he's hitting me for now. 41, 38, 38, 39, 42. So we can see we're getting up in towards the 4,000s here a good bit with the Curse of Recklessness on there. Okay, well, let's try it again, and let's put up Demo Shout this time. "28, 28, 25, 26, 31, 25, 30. So as you can see, as we first started here, we're in the mid 30s, and then we put on the Curse of Recklessness, we're in the higher 30s to 4,000, and we put up the Demo Shout, we're in the 2,800s, down in the 2,000 range. Now, just without me even showing you any math, you can pretty much look at that and tell that that's a huge difference. But I've prepared some math for us here, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So how I came up with these numbers is I used our little buddy here, the Death Knight understudy, and I let him hit me 100 times with 3 different factors. I let him hit me 100 times with no debuffs, and this was the average hit that I received in this gear with no buffs. I let him hit me 100 times with Curse of Recklessness. This is the average hit with Curse of Recklessness without Demo Shout. And I let him hit me 100 times with Demo Shout on, and this is the average number that I came up with. So the next row here we have no debuffs. This is the baseline I'm using here. So if if a mob is attacking you level 60 and it has no debuffs on it, and then we apply Curse of Recklessness, you're going to receive 10.4% more damage. If we then apply Demo Shout to said mob, you will then take 22.5% less damage. These are titanic numbers. 22% less damage is it's basically the equivalent of a warrior taking his shield off and switching from defensive stance and going into berserker stance. It's a titanic shift in the amount of damage you're going to take. Next, this using Curse of Recklessness with no Demo Shout as the baseline. With no debuffs, you're going to take 9.4% less damage. This is the baseline we're using for this one, and then if we put Demo Shout over top of that Recklessness, you're going to take 29.9% less damage. So this last one is the big one. So if I'm a good warrior, I'm a good feral druid, whatever, I'm a good tank, and I know the power of Demo Shout, and I always keep it up, then that's kind of my baseline now. So my average hit is going to be 2830. Now if I'm typically getting hit for 2830 here, and then all of a sudden we put up Curse of Recklessness, which in this case overwrites Demo Shout. I don't think it'll work that way on Classic, but that's how it works here. Or it's basically the same as no Demo Shout being there at all. Going from a 2,830 hit to a 4,037 hit is a 42.7% damage increase. So Warrior A is tanking with Demo Shout. Warrior B is tanking with Curse of Recklessness with no Demo Shout. He's going to take 42.7% less damage than Warrior A. Yeah, it's extremely big and an extremely powerful debuff. Probably a lot of the misunderstanding about this ability also is that people assume that mobs have thousands and thousands of attack power because they hit so hard, and they might think that they work the same way that the characters do, and that's just not correct. A level 63 mob is going to have 290 attack power, and a level 60 mob, like our Death Knight understudy here that we did the test with, has 272 attack power. And as you can see here, these are the talented, improved versions of these abilities. The Feral Druid version takes away 182 attack power, and the Warrior improved version takes away 196 attack power, and Curse of Recklessness adds 90 attack power. Right there it is. So what it comes down to is roughly every 10 attack power that you remove from a mob, it is around 1.2 to 1.3% less damage that you're going to take. Now, this has an even greater effect on mobs that have a percentage multiplier attack, such as Broodlord Lashlayer, who has Mortal Strike. You'll see an even greater difference there. When I tested that, his Mortal Strike went from hitting me for 15,000 to 10,000. So a huge difference in the amount of damage that those abilities are going to hit you for. Another one that works like that would be the Emperor Vecnalash and also Instructor Resuvius. Both those use the Unbalancing Strike ability, which is also a percentage multiplier attack. And there's also a lot of mobs in the game that do trample damage, which basically does weapon damage to all around surrounding melee. A lot of times this happens in AQ40 with the little adds that get spawned from the Anubisaths. And also in AQ20, the very first trash pull you do, those two Kritarie champions. So if you just put up Demo Shout, guys, you're going to take a lot less damage, and you're just going to be a lot better off. So that's really all I wanted to get out there for this video, is to show you how important and how powerful these abilities are. And like I said, it's definitely one of the most misunderstood abilities in the game. Just I've seen so many tanks get gibbed on, like, for example, the giant claw tentacles on Cthulhu, or as if they would have used one global to put up Demo Shout. In several different cases, I've seen where they would have survived. They would not have got instant gibbed. So hopefully that brings some light to everyone about how powerful these debuffs are and how important they are. There's other uses for Demo Shout as well. It does generate a little bit of threat, so it's great to use. Uh, Not only for the damage reduction that it provides, but for 5-mans, if you're doing pulls, it's a great way to get the mobs to cast their first swing on you, and that helps out with tanking a whole lot. But I hope this helped out uh, some of our tanks and also healers. If you're kind of wondering why one tank is getting destroyed and the other one isn't, well, there's a good chance he might be taking 42.7% more damage than the other warrior. So that might have something to do with it. If your warrior's getting destroyed, have a look at the mob and see if he bothered to put up Demo Shout. Chances are he probably didn't. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something, and I hope this helped out some of our would-be tanks and warriors out there. And thanks a lot. Check us out in Discord, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.